I want Taycan. I want Taycan Wagon. I love this car so fucking much. It hurts my soul that I do not have the cash to put one in my garage. But we'll back up. We'll eventually get to the price and all the other reasons why I love it. First, let's talk about the outside of it. Obviously, it's a wagon, which instantly makes it amazing to my smooth-skinned brain. People want crossovers because people are ignorant. No, they're not ignorant. Sometimes it's easier to get in and out of those for people who might struggle with that. Crossovers make certain use cases for certain people. I have a crossover in my driveway. We own a Mazda CX-5, which is a great driving crossover. They do exist. I like a handful of them. I will always prefer a wagon if it is available. And now it is available on the Taycan. I love the Taycan. Driven it twice, done 2 long-distance beer runs in it. You should go watch those videos. If you have the time, go link them below in the description. Speaking of YouTube, in the description, real quick, like and subscribe to the channel. Go to blipshift.com/Hooniverse, find our partner store, and buy some shirts and stickers. Back to the car stuff. Here we go. Boom. Like the Micro Machines guy right now. Cross Turismo. So, what is this? Why does it exist? Porsche is essentially, they're not going to call it a wagon, but if you talk to their people, they're like, yeah, it's a wagon. It's ridiculous just because it has wheel arches. It is no longer a wagon. This is a wagon. The Panamera Sport Turismo might be more wagon because it doesn't have wheel arches, but that's ridiculous. This is an electric Porsche wagon, which is a sentence that just makes my brain explode in just a cacophony of colorful fireworks and streamers and all this wonderful stuff. This is the well-heeled enthusiast's brilliant. This is the thinking man's wonderful, awesome thing. So, you can only get these with all-wheel drive. They all come with air suspension. They all come with the performance battery, the bigger battery, and these are all good things. There's a gravel mode that raises it up. This already sits higher than a standard Taycan. Then you can get it further with an off-road design package, which when you first get into the car, has it sit 10 mils higher than a non-similarly equipped Taycan Cross Turismo. So you're sitting a little bit higher. You can default to the lower setting, or you can go to the lower settings if you want as well. But the off-road design package sits it up higher and adds a few extra trim bits on the outside of it. Now, speaking of those exterior wheel arches, on the 4S and Turbo, they are this matte color, and then if you jump to the Turbo S, they get glossy. And then they're not doing it yet, but down the road, I'm sure they're going to let you. I'm sure they're going to let you color match them to the body if you so desire, which would probably honestly look pretty good. They don't look bad. I just always think that wheel arches on wagons are very unnecessary. E450, looking at you too. E450 all-terrain. Now on the inside, it's great. It's comfortable. I love these seats. The screen is awesome. On US spec cars, CarPlay is wireless. This is a German spec car technically, so it has to be wired CarPlay, but it's fine. But that's also a reason why the navigation doesn't work. Well, Apple CarPlay works, but the standard car nav doesn't work, and that means the charging planner doesn't work, but these are things that will work on the US spec car. Additionally, metal roof. Can't get that here, which is kind of a bummer. But us Americans like our Taycan Cross Turismos a bit more swanky. So a glass roof with provisions for roof rails is the only roof you can get. So this is the starting point for the Cross Turismo world. The Taycan 4, 470 horsepower. What a great place to start, right? What a wonderful, wonderful place to start. The steer, I have it in Sport Plus because of course I'm on Angeles Crest Highway. The steering is excellent. It doesn't feel different than the standard Taycan, which is great. Though I really want to put it in gravel mode, find a dirty forest road, a dirty road, and put my foot down and go. Porsche says that works with the traction, the stability, the suspension, all of this great stuff to ensure that it is a proper gravel driving experience. And in fact, it can mimic a locking diff to some degree. It is not a locking Whoa! It is not a locking diff. It just mimics it, sort of. All right, so I need to give you some specs on the car, which I didn't think to say while I was driving it. Basically, every Taycan Cross Turismo comes with a 93.4 kilowatt hour battery pack. That's the big battery pack. Every model, well, the Taycan 4 and the Taycan 4S both come with steel brakes. You jump up, you get pseudo steel with coated brakes on the Turbo Cross Turismo, and then on the Turbo S you get the composite, the carbon composites, the PCCBs for the Porsche speak. Porsche hasn't spoken to the range estimates yet for the vehicle. The EPA hasn't given it an EPA rating yet. I will tell you that all of the Cross Turismos weigh as much as the heaviest Turbo S. So think 220 and up for range, though Porsche does rate their cars lower for range than what people actually achieve. So should be good there. And I expect with the wheelbase and the roofline, it should be a nice highway cruiser. It's the same 2-speed gearbox. You feel it shift around 50 miles per hour, sometimes higher if you're really canning it in a sport mode. And it is a dual motor setup. For those of you who are curious about wheel sizes, we have 19-inch wheels on the Taycan 4, and we have 225 front, 275 rear tires. You jump all the way up to the Turbo S, they're 20 inches, 255 front, 295 rears. And then rear axle steering is standard on Turbo S and available on all the other ones. All right, now back to the in-car. But Sport Plus is mighty fine. This is just a brilliant car. Has the same 800-volt architecture. Fastest charging car in the States right now, still, I believe. I don't think there's a Tesla that can beat it, technically. It's glorious, and I love it. I love it so much. Base price, starting point, $90,900. Lots of money, of course. These are not cheap. It is an electric wagon from Porsche. I mean, are you expecting it to be inexpensive? Come on now. But at that price, if you compare it to a comparably equipped sedan, i.e. not the entry-level $79,000 rear-wheel drive only Taycan, because this is all-wheel drive only, the delta to the Taycan sedan is only $1,400. So at that point, get the Cross Turismo, people. Come on, what are we doing here? You have more headroom in this compared to the sedan. You have a little bit more cargo space compared to the sedan. You have an integrated mount for a bike rack, standard on the back. And then Porsche will sell you this crazy bike rack. The Euro spec bike rack, which I'm assuming the US spec will be the same bike rack, has brake lights built into it, which is nuts because that is a TUV or TÜV certified requirement for a bike rack, apparently. That is a hitch mount bike rack. Of course, you could just do a roof-based rack, which I prefer. Well, you don't have to take the wheel off on that one, so you'd be fine too. That one can hold 110 pounds because it's built to handle Porsche's e-bikes, which are going to be heavy because they're e-bikes. But it would handle 2 regular mountain bikes with plenty of weight to spare. I have one more reason why a Porsche wagon is the right choice. Because you can haul rams. This car is so good. If you had to have one car, normally I say, you know, for me, if I had can I have a 2-car garage? Let's make it 2 cars. So my 2-car garage, and I'm talking new cars, I'm not talking older classic stuff. My 2-car garage would be a Taycan Cross Turismo. There are a lot of hikers out here. A Taycan Cross Turismo. And I don't know which spec. I really don't. I wish they had a GTS model, which they do not have yet, but I think they will someday. So maybe like a turbo. You don't even need a Turbo S with 750 horsepower. Okay, I would want a Turbo S. let's be nuts. Of course I'd want a Turbo S, but 470 for the base is sick. And then you have a 500 plus horsepower model and a 600 plus horsepower model, and then the monster 750 horsepower model. I don't need that. I'm just slowing because it's a construction zone. I don't know if I need to stop. So next to that, I would put the upcoming V8 Defender. So there we go. That would be my 2-car garage. And if you made me choose between the two, I might pick the Porsche over the V8 Defender, which seems crazy, but here we are. Tons of power, slightly usable off-road, potentially. We haven't tested that yet. We will. I promise we're going to get another one of these. I'm going to pitch them on some kind of off-road story. You're not going rock crawling in it, but, you know, you're going to have some fun. This car it's just excellent. I'm gushing over it because I love it so much. When I first drove the Taycan 4S, I was blown away by how much I liked it. And then when I got the Turbo S, I knew I was going to instantly drool over it and fall in love. But that's nearly a $200,000 vehicle. And now here, as soon as you saw spy photos of the Cross Turismo, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, yes. I'm losing things to say because the car's so good, it makes my brain just go smooth skin mush. If you have the means, get one. Get one, get one, get one, get one. Please buy one. Please buy these so Porsche continues to make it. We believe the Cross Turismo is the future. Let it run, let me smile some more. I don't actually know the rest of the words to that song to make it line up and be good. Plus, I cannot sing, but I don't apologize because I'm in a Cross Turismo and life is good. And I'm on Angeles Crest Highway and the car's so fucking fast and perfect.